Welcome back. Maverick, Manic, Magnificent. Robin Williams was all of the above and so much more. Tragically, he was also tormented by depression and, for much of his life, addiction. The world has been remembering Robin, honouring an incomparable talent of the screen and stage. Tonight, his last interview on 60 Minutes, highlighted with some of his greatest roles.
And some people say, Robin, I'm a functioning alcoholic, which is, you can be one. It's like being a paraplegic lap dancer. You can do it. Just not as well as the others, really.
Robin, you're approaching 60, you look happy, you look comfortable, you look...
Yeah, quiet. It's just a quieter
life.
life.
With yourself?
Yeah, I'm as peaceful as I can be as a 59-year-old comic, you know, it's pretty much...
Are you mellowing? Does Robin Williams ever mellow?
Aging like a nice Stilton. It's kind of like the old joke where don't rush down the hill, walk down. You know, you have a good time. Life's pretty amazing, especially after rehab and heart surgery. It's really amazing.
Because you see, as an alcoholic, you will violate your standards quicker than you could lower them. You will do shit that even the devil would go, dude.
You know, there's two metaphors in comedy. You kill or you die. Doesn't leave a lot of areas in between going. Not very few people say, you healed that audience. You know, it's like, you killed or you died. There's no in between.
Did you ever die when you started out here?
Oh, huge.
In the clubs?
Oh, big time. There was a club in England I went on one night, and only noise you heard was just glasses clinking. Wasn't even heckling. You go out there, and it's you against them, and then you have a choice of, will you survive? Once again, kill or die. It's gladiators with a mic.
Here's a little Japanese man having sex. Focus! Focus, damn it, focus!
You didn't start out, though, when you started at Juilliard, it was to be an actor. So why the switch?
Because I couldn't find acting work. And there was a stand-up comedy workshop in this little Presbyterian church in San Francisco, and it was a weird thing because they would have lesbian poetry and then stand-up comedy. That's an interesting audience. That's a lot of women in comfortable shoes, followed by comics. And so that was kind of my introduction, was that, and then I went into theater. It was a dual road all the time. It's really kind of wonderful to have passports to both areas. The comedy gives you kind of the courage to do weird things in acting, and the acting gives you the depth to bring it back to the comedy.
Look at this. My first day as a woman, I'm getting hot flashes.
And kind of makes you, with your comedy, kind of look for something a little deeper and maybe more honest.
You're just a kid. You've never been out of Boston. Nope. So if I asked you about art, you'd probably give me the skinny on every art book ever written. I bet you can't tell me what it smells like in the Sistine Chapel. You never actually stood there and looked up at that beautiful ceiling.
What are the most memorable for you of your movies? Is there one?
Oh, I think Dead Poets.
Now, in this class, you can either call me Mr. Keating, or if you're slightly more daring, oh, Captain, my Captain.
It was the first time I ever did a movie that affected people more than a movie, where people said it changed their lives, and when I hope for the best.
Medicine, law, business, engineering, these are noble pursuits and necessary to sustain life. But poetry, beauty, romance, love, these are what we stay alive for.
Good Will Hunting.
It's not your fault.
Because it was such a great experience working with the boys.
It's not your fault.
It wasn't expected to be Oscar material for you, was it?
Not at all.
Robin Williams and Good Will Hunting.
The moment they say your name, it's like that weird thing if English leaves you. And then you start to walk, and everything is like, kiss everybody, and then you look over and there's Jack in the sunglasses going, way to go, Robbo. And it's all pretty wild. And you try and think of everything you thought you wanted to say, and then whatever comes out, comes out.
This might be the one time I'm speechless.
I remember thanking my dad, because when I wanted to be an actor, he said, great. Just have a backup profession like welding.
I'm getting married. I didn't want to tell you over the phone. It's a girl. I met her at school. It's this wonderful. What are you upset? But let me tell you why.
Whoa, whoa, whoa! Greetings, Hansi. Remember me, Mark from Mark?
Good morning, Vietnam! Just a moment. I hear people wanting something. Me! And while I was in rehab, I read an article in the Inquirer about my being drunk, and it was like, that poor that's me.
Did you ever fear with rehab that you might lose that edge?
No, I knew I'd get it back. I was like, because the other way, you know, with drinking, you're jumping over the edge. There was a guy who jumped off the Golden Gate Bridge, and he survived. Oh, I'll be right there. He said, and he survived, and they said, do you have anything to say? He said, yes. Halfway down, I thought it was a bad idea. And I had 20 years sober, and then all of a sudden I thought, I could drink again. No, you can't. And then it was like, oh, I need help, and that's why you go to rehab. And then you come out the other side going, yeah. Whew.
eBay and alcoholism, perfect storm of addiction. You'll find yourself up to your ass in George Foreman grills and ShamWows.
Do you wonder why people laugh at that? I mean, that's so much of your comedy, the addiction and the cocaine. Why do people laugh?
Because some of them have been through it. Some of them are laughing at, oh, you poor son of a bitch, and others are going, yeah, right, that's funny. You know, with the heavy drinking, you have things called blackouts, which aren't really blackouts. It's more like sleepwalking with activities. And you wake up in a field with a road flare in your ass going, oh, not again. And that's kind of like you went, no.
When John Belushi died, did you think, that could be me?
Oh, big time. I mean, it was more the birth of my first son that was like, I can't be out there. I can't be like this going, you know, Daddy loves you. I wanted to be like present and accounted for, so that's why I had to clean up my act. It was important.
Captain, my captain.
Sit down, Mr. Anderson. You hear me? Sit down. Sit down. This is your final warning, Anderson. How dare you? Do you hear me?
Oh, Captain, my captain.
Mr. Overstreet, I warn you. Sit down.
You can have your edge back and actually remember and look over the edge but not jump. That's kind of the joy.
Thank you, boys. Thank you.